Hello, my dear friends. It is time for the September 2022 income report. And for ease and just to get straight to it, I'm going to be using my website again because I've already done the full income report. But what I'm going to do is go into depth about what I've actually done on my sites. I hope this microphone is picking everything up. So I'm going to go into depth about what I've done on my sites, and as usual, I'll probably catch up with Doug in the next week or so, going over specifically site 2 and site 7 in my portfolio. So I'm not going to talk too much about that now, but site 2 is my main focus. So if you want a deep dive into everything I've done and been doing, and I guess my results after being hit from the update, definitely go over to Doug's channel, Doug Cunnington's channel, and check those out. I will link it in the description. But for now, let's crack on. This is not the post I'm supposed to be on. But if you do want to learn how I use my AI tools, definitely go and check this post out. I'll put that in the description. I just go in every now and then and update it with my latest methods and the things that I'm doing with AI to really get some quality articles out of it. And actually what I've found is that the articles that I write with Jasper are doing really well on site 2. They do way better than the articles that I order from my writers. So, and that's not just site 2, that's across the board. The articles I've written on multiple sites across the board do better. The ones I've written with Jasper just do better because it's my voice I'm writing, and Jasper is just following my tone and my cadence. So there's that. Again, if you want to learn more, check that post out, and it will work across multiple AI platforms. It's not just Jasper, although I talk about boss mode, how I use boss mode, and boss mode is an amazing tool or feature of Jasper. But anyway, rambling on, and it's been 2 minutes. I said I wasn't going to do this, but okay. October 2022 site income report. Let's go. So we start with the background, the Ezoic background, which is just over the last month, some growth that I've seen. And as I said, October has been a good month for me. To be honest, most of my years, since I've been making money online, beyond the sites, October, Q4 is always good for me. September, October, November, December specifically are really good months for me. November and December, always amazing months for me. So I was expecting this anyway, but with my sites, it's just an added bonus. So in good spirits over here. But I do know that this year has been quite tough on a lot of people because these Google algorithm updates have been relentless. They have been absolutely relentless, and I've been hit. You'll see in a moment that some of my sites have been declining as a result of some of these updates. So they haven't had the sharp drop that site 2 had at the end of July, but they have been declining because of neglect and things like that. So I have been considering narrowing down my portfolio, selling a bunch of my smaller sites just to focus on my main project. So that is something I am considering. And if you've been hit by the algorithm update, I know a lot of people have just completely quit blogging as a result, which is really sad because I feel like with all things, you can just kind of grow through it, keep going. And that's what I knew I'd be doing. So if it seems like nothing phases me, I've kind of adopted that mindset whereby I know I'm going to be okay. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going regardless. I am fortunate to have, this isn't my only thing in life. So I'm fortunate that I have other things to fall back on. This isn't paying my bills. This is an added bonus and something that I'm striving towards. But let's not get into that. Never got around to recording my case study last month. Yeah, last month was just a hectic month for me. Every day is hectic, but last month it was just not going to happen. But I did manage to jump on Doug's live stream, so you can check that out. Now, straight to it. Total earnings were $2,714 And that is the best month I've had yet with my sites. And I had a nice 50 something dollar day there with Ezoic, my peak there. And you can see the premium, everything's kind of gone up, but I'll explain why in a moment. So portfolio page views were up 7.18% with 91,433 page views versus 85,000 odd in September. From Ezoic, I earned this is a total from Ezoic. So you've got, this actually includes mediation, which I shouldn't do, but it's got Ezoic Premium, Ezoic Standard, and mediation all grouped in one. So in future, I'm going to separate mediation. I'll say Ezoic Basic, Ezoic Premium, and mediation, and keep that all separate. But in my Ezoic dashboard, I earned $1,285, and that is from 74,600 unique visits. And that's an ad revenue increase of 18%, 63. Now, really, if we could grow by 18% every month, we would be laughing. I know this isn't sustainable, but that is amazing. So even if you've grown 1%, 5%, 10%, these are amazing milestones and achievements that you should be very, very happy about. Because if you look at the year aspect of things, like 12 months ago, if I look at 12 months ago this time, I think I had earned like $165 in this month. So 12 months ago today, my sites were earning $165. Fast forward 365 days, 1,228. So that is amazing. Give yourself a pat on the back, niche site owners, honestly. So from Amazon, I earned a combined total of $301. I did have something I'm not supposed to talk about. I don't want to get cancelled by Amazon, but I did have, I think other people have mentioned it already, there was some sort of promotion. That's all I'm going to say. So I did get a little boost of that. Now, from my own digital products, I have digital products on, I think, 2 or 3 of my sites, but the bulk of the income from the digital products comes from site 2, and I earned $185.19 from my digital products. I do plan on adding some more digital products. These could be ebooks, worksheets, anything, you name it. It's very, very low cost to get set up. Make it yourself, make them in Canva, or hire somebody on Fiverr or Upwork. Find something in your niche that will be valuable to your visitors. You can use it as a lead magnet and give it away, or you can make a more advanced version of that and sell that as a digital product. So that's what I've been doing, and I plan on doing a lot more in the coming months. From other affiliate programs, which is a combination of Share a Sale, Awin, CJ affiliate, they're all tiny amounts, but they all add up. As well as niche specific programs. So let's say you have a pet site, Chewy has a program, and I would label that as a niche specific program. So my combination, I earned $1,042.57, and some of those fees are recurring. So I'm hoping my affiliate revenue, like $1,000 is the minimum, and it continues to go up, because that would be really good, along with the ad earnings, of course. And now let's get onto my total spend, something I've not really been great at calculating in the past, but I'm trying to get better at it. And my total spend was $1,500. The majority of that spend was on content, of course. Ezoic Premium subscription, which is $110 that month. Next month, because I've upgraded, because I've earned enough to move on to the next tier, I've upgraded, and it's going to include the rest of that month, but going forwards it's going to be about $220, I think. I think it's double what I'm paying at the moment. So I've moved on to the next tier with Ezoic Premium, and that it says I should be getting an additional $300 or so a month, between $300 and something else. So you pay $220, you just earn a bit more, basically. So before I wasn't convinced, I'm still a bit skeptical, but as long as the ad revenue is going up, I'm happy. It would be nice if Ezoic would take the fees out of the actual ad revenue. That would be a lot easier rather than paying a couple hundred at a random day in the month. That's not convenient for me, but it is what it is. Okay, and so what have I spent on this month? I'm always trying to reduce my spend, but it is something that's hard to do. Biggest spend content, my lovely virtual assistants. It says 2, but I forgot that I did give work to my third VA. So 3 virtual assistants I've hired from online jobs. 1 of them was hired from online jobs, and she is my star player. And she actually introduced me to her friend who was on the same virtual assistant course as her. And I gave her a trial and I hired her. And things have been good because she trains her for me. So they kind of work together, and eventually she'll be able to go off, and she does her own thing, but she'll be able to go off and do more of the things that my first VA is doing. The second one I hired on Upwork, I actually hired her to do a small writing job, and I was paying per kind of entry, per data entry, and it wasn't working out that good. So I said, I'm going to need to be more effective with this thing because there's hundreds of them. It's going to take forever. It's going to cost me a ton. So I think it makes more sense hiring a virtual assistant to do it. She was from the Philippines. She's obviously worked as a VA before because she offered to be that VA, and she was happy to accept a lower pay, I guess, because she was getting paid per thing, and then now she's going to be getting paid per hour. She was happy to accept that. It worked out. So I kept her on board. And the next thing I bought was Rank Math Pro Content AI credits. Sorry, those are 2 separate things. I bought Rank Math Pro. I upgraded to Rank Math Pro because they had a Halloween special, a Halloween deal, and it worked out cheaper, and I wanted to try it out for schema and for tracking, mainly for tracking my keywords, because I'm going to be diving into Site 2. I want to have all the information and know where this is going. Has this keyword gone up? I just want to have all the information on my dashboard. And then I got the Content AI credits, which I've mentioned before. I don't know if I've done a video about it, but I've mentioned it in a tweet, talking about, comparing it to Surfer. I know it doesn't match up to Surfer. Surfer is an amazing tool, but it's very expensive. So I offered it as an alternative for somebody on a budget. And because it's already in your WordPress, it's as you're editing your posts, it's just on the side. I thought that would be a very good alternative. It's about $20 for 50 credits. So that's 50 documents, 50 keywords that you get to use to improve your article. So it's a really good deal. I like it. I'm going to keep going with it. It's also something I will find easy to explain to my virtual assistant and get her to go through and sort of see ways that she can improve my articles based on that, just to bring the score up to something like 82. And Canva, I don't think I paid for Canva because I've paid it off. That's another thing. Once you start earning a bit more money from your blogs, you'll find that you can save quite a bit of money going from paying monthly subscription fees to just paying for the year, paying annually. You can save quite a bit of money. So when you have the opportunity to do that, I recommend it. I'm going to look through and see what else I have that I pay monthly for that I could save money on paying annually for. Domain renewal, Namecheap, Jasper and Jasper R. I do split the subscription with my sister, so it's not costing me too much. I've got Boss Mode, I've got Jasper Unlimited, I'm grandfathered in, and that's not going anywhere. That's a permanent spend for me. And Outranking.io, I don't pay monthly for Outranking.io. I did get the deal on AppSumo. However, I bought a million AI characters so I could do better content briefs. So that's been a game changer for me. I know I call everything a game changer, but I'm at this point where I only want to focus on game changers. I don't want all these little tips. They're not really good for me. I just want to keep the flow, keep adding game changers to the way I do things to my SOPs. Now let's get straight into the site portfolio. The GSC has shown me quite a lot about my sites recently. I've spoken about using regex or regex, I guess, to find keywords that I am that I'm getting impressions for, but not necessarily included in my articles. And I've been doing that on site 2. Things seem to be working, so I'm going to keep doing that. But so site 1 is 2 years old. I've done nothing on it. I've not actually broken down. I did say I was going to break down the individual earnings for each site, and I've not done that. So I do apologize, because that's probably one of the reasons you're watching this, to see how each site is doing. So I do apologize, but nothing's changed on it. So site 2 has earned the bulk of my income with the affiliate programs and with ad revenue. It has a high EPMV, and I've managed to keep the EPMV high. Before the traffic started recovering and I was still getting 200 or so clicks a day, the EPMV was really high. It was like $60-$80. It was crazy. Once I started getting more traffic, it started lowering a bit, but it still maintained, $30, $40, $50. So I'm hoping I can keep my content quality high over the next few months as I add more articles and keep that EPMV, because it's getting about 700 visits a day, I think. And with those 700 visits, or I think it's about 600 visits, but with that, it's still earning $700 a month from ads. So, getting that up to 2,000 visits, that's going to be really, really good. Site 2, my sports site. This site dropped. I mean, it's clear it got hit by an update, but I actually know that I rectified this. It didn't just rectify itself with the update, because very soon after I changed the theme, it shot back up. I changed the theme. I deleted some code that was left over. This was a site that I had in a WooCommerce store. I had I was using WooZone. And I had all of these products that I scraped from Amazon, and it wasn't doing anything good to the site. And when I took that off, it left over all its junk. It left a bunch of clutter, and I had to clean that up. I left the site. It had a horrible theme on it. It had Flatsum. It didn't look great. I mean, it looked okay, but it wasn't functional. So cleared that off, deleted all of that stuff, and then added, I put on the popcorn theme by Phil, Carl and Alex. I put on the popcorn theme, and it's just super fast. I get 100 on desktop and I think 90 on mobile. I can't remember what it is, but I think I've put it lower down anyway. But yeah, so I actually know I've done things to improve that. So if you know that you've got your page speed is bad, your theme is quite clunky, you've got extra plugins. I think this site has only got about 8 plugins on it at the moment. So if you know you've got things that you can immediately change, then just do those. But before you go and start messing with your content, I think it makes sense to check out your technical SEO side of things and see if there's things that you can immediately improve. Site 4, it looks like it's declining. I'm not sure why. It looks like maybe somebody's stealing some of my content, my keywords, and doing a better job. I've not gone in, I've not updated anything. I probably need to update my plugins. I probably need to just improve the stuff, because this would have been started 1 year and 4 months ago, and I've learned a lot since then. And that's the thing, that's the theme I'm leaning with. As you learn more, you need to go back and improve your articles. You need to go back and make sure that you're doing all the things that you're doing now on your newer articles. And I know everybody doesn't go back and improve articles. Some people are publishing so much content that it doesn't make any sense going back to improve articles. But if you are a one-man show, go back and improve your articles. I don't have a screenshot for this for some reason. Site 5 is YMYL. Nothing's happening on it. I said I wasn't even going to speak on that site anymore. Site 6 is my AI site. And this is very interesting because, again, a question I always get is, how are your AI sites doing? Did they get hit? Blah, 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 blah. When site 2 got hit, people were saying it's because she used AI. It's because she used AI. No, because my 100% AI site, that has barely been, the text itself has not been edited at all. but the text has been formatted. So I always say it's aesthetically pleasing. It's been organized, and it has all the tenets of what looks like a good blog. It has the featured images, the on-page SEO is on point, everything's there, but the text itself is just AI. And it's not to say it's not good content. The topics are very easy, very simple. It's got 75 articles. It's not getting a ton of traffic, but the traffic is consistently going up and has been going up through these updates. So I don't know, take from that what you will. Site 7. Now this is very interesting because Site 7 was the original case study with Doug. And was it the original case study? Yes, this was the original case study. And if you can just see from the chart, everything was going well. I was like, oh my God, this site's growing so quickly. I found a hack. I know what keywords I need to be targeting. I think my problem is I stopped publishing articles because the EPMV was so low. It just put me off completely. And site 2 just started to pick up and the EPMV was high. So I thought, okay, let me go back over there. I'm missing an opportunity, hoping that this site's EPMV is going to improve. We gave it months and it didn't improve. So I left it. I did add another 10 articles on a separate cluster because this site is also quite boxed in. And those articles are ranking surprisingly. Well, I'm not surprised. They are semantically related to the topic, but not really. It's off. Like if you look at the domain name and the topics, it is off, but they're ranking, and I could actually go in and do more of those articles. What I haven't checked is what the EPMV for those specific articles in that cluster are doing. If they are doing well and the EPMV seems to be quite high, then I'll go back in and I'll get a writer to do 50 more of those types of articles. They're very easy to do, very cheap to outsource. They're like top 10 types of articles. So I would do that. But if I don't see that, there's not much I can do. I would love for it to improve and sell it, but as it stands, that graph is quite telling. Site 8, I'm not going to talk on this one. I've said this many times. This is my top secret site. It's doing very well. Really love this site. This is my 5, 10, 15 rest of my life project. If all goes well, I've got there's so many businesses that I can to start out of this one company. So that's my long-term plan, and I'm not going to reveal anything of it until this is solid, strong, And okay, so what's happened this month? We are 22 minutes in and I'm still talking. So what's happened this month? As you can see, this month, everything is green. Everything is green. The revenue is up 18.63%. I'm sure I said it was up. I'm sure I said it was only up. Oh, page views. Okay, page views. Okay, no, 18.63. Okay. All right, Ariel, you got it right. Okay, so my revenue is up 18.63%. Last month I got $1,083 from ads, and this month I got $285.20 from ads. My EPMV is up, yay, over the account. My average EPMV is up 12.77%. It was on a race to the bottom. If you look at my previous income reports, I said it was on a race to the bottom. It was going down every month. It went from like 24 to 22 to 20 to 18 to 15, 14. So I'm glad to see it's rising, and hopefully with the high EPMVs of site 2, that number is just going to keep going up. Visits have gone up by 5.2%. Page views have gone up by 7.18%. That means if you look at the visits and the page views, it means that people are viewing more pages in my site. So I don't know what the exact percentage is, the ratio. I don't even know what that metric is, but they're viewing like 1 point something pages per visit. So that's good. It's right there. Page views per visit 1.89. It's gone up 1.89%. 1.2253 pages per visit. So that is good news. Engaged page views, not sure how they calculate that metric, but everything's up. Average duration is beautiful. That's 3 minutes. That's 3 minutes 12 seconds. It's quite incredible. But average engage time is under a minute, so there's that. I've only been focusing on site 2 and site 8. I am supposed to be laser focusing on just site 2, so for the next 6 months, touch wood, I am going to be focusing on site 2 only, because as I've mentioned, site 2 has the best EPMVs. It has a lot of solid opportunities beyond ads. So like I've mentioned, digital products, I have the option to do courses. I have the option to do affiliate, to do more posts based on these affiliate programs. So site 2 is really, it's telling me this is where you should be focusing. Shiny object syndrome woman, focus on this. That's all you need to be doing. Just fight yourself and create this habit where you just do one thing. And I've been told that many times, and I will stick to it. Adding more internal. Okay, so what am I talking about here? What I've been doing. Prior to being hit, the traffic was rising, but the EPMV was steadily declining. Yep, I mentioned that. And my battery's low. And adding more internal links. This is what I've been doing. I've been adding more internal links. I've been improving the CTR. I've been using Ezoic's tag tester to do that. Again, what I noticed was posts that have a number in them, they just do better. Posts with clickbaity titles like solved or, those kind of typical clickbaity things. It's human psychology. Even though we look at them and we cringe or we laugh or we know that it's clickbait, we still click it. So tag testers helped a lot with that. I plan on doing that more with all my other articles. So my top articles that don't have a number in them or have high impressions but a lower click rate or click through rate, I will go and try tag testing on those and change the description, the page description, and change the page title. What else is there? Because I don't want to have to go and stop the video and plug in my charger. Site 3 is the one I mentioned that had dropped. It had dropped in traffic and it had a bad theme on it. It was slow. As I said, I switched over to the popcorn theme. It's clean, it's lightweight, and my mobile speeds improved to 91 and my desktop speed is 100. So I couldn't ask for better. I'm not going to chase 100 on mobile. 91 is great. Edited the about page and I linked to it from the author bio in each post. Linked to it from the author bio in each. Yes, that is right. I was thinking, how did I do that? So popcorn theme allows you to edit the template, so what every blog post will have in it. And I just put the author name and link that back to the about page. I don't know if that's an SEO best practice or not, but that's what I done, and it's fine. It's fine for now. Bulk updated. I edited the post edit date and put them in different dates in 2022. I don't know if there's another way to do this, but I used Sheet Editor to do it in bulk. You can click that link, which is my affiliate link, and newly indexed. Okay, yes, the newly indexed articles on site 2. A bunch of articles were not on the sitemap, so they weren't indexed and they weren't ranking. I went and I forced index those. I used the instant indexer. I refreshed my sitemap, deleted it off GSC, put it back on, and they are now indexed and ranking. And it seems like, because they're all interlinked with all the other articles, it seems like it's pulled up the articles that were dropping. So it's had a positive effect on the entire site. At least that's what I think. And added the current year to the titles, all of that good stuff. If you want to learn more about some of the methods that I'm doing, join my mailing list. I only have like 200 or so people on there, but it's a nice little family where I share all my tips and stuff. So my laptop died, so I'm hoping that it is still recorded, so let's continue. If not, then that's a shame. Okay, so what am I doing next month? Next month I'm focusing on sprucing up older content, as I've mentioned, and finding easy wins on site 2. So I'm going to be looking at GSC, looking at impressions, high impressions, low clicks, keywords or search terms that the articles are ranking for that I haven't included in the post, and I can go and include them, add them as a H2, or just put them in the text somewhere, put them in an alt tag, all of that stuff I'm going to be doing. And again, these are the EPMVs that I've seen over the past few days on site 2, so it makes sense to double down on it, because look at that, those are my earnings with 500, 600 visits, so I need to get that to 2,000, 3,000 odd visits a day, and I'll be very happy. Optimizing for keyword posts, ranks on page 2 and 3 said that, regex said that, rank maths content AI. I don't know if this deal is still up. I think there were 5 days left when I done that, so it might be the last day today, or it might just be finished. But yeah, I bought a bunch of credits, 225 credits, and so I've got them all that I can use, and I can use it across all of my sites, but because I'm just focusing on site 2, I'm going to use those all on adding, like, you know, optimizing the content existing on site 2 and adding new content. And did I do the video on this already? I'm not sure. There is a tool in Ezoic called Niche IQ, and that has a topic tool that uses your site's data. If you've linked your Google Search Console in Ezoic, this tool will use your site's data and help find keywords for you, topics for you. And sometimes some of those keywords are not great, but I think over time it gets better, because site 2, the keywords on site 2 are all spot on. I think that's the first one I added. And site 8, the keywords on there are spot on, and they are issues. They are things that I wouldn't have thought to, those are topics that I wouldn't have thought to write about, but they fit in with my site. And what it does is it analyzes your site and your competitors' sites. So, and it shows you a list of competitors. Again, if the video is not up by the time this one goes up, then I will do another one going over just Niche IQ and how I find topics. Providing my writers with AI optimized content briefs. I've done like a traffic light system here. So these are things I'm 100% doing. So adding more images, adding more video content to individual posts, adding more internal links, and focusing on tailoring the anchor text. So I want the anchor text to count. I want the anchor text to be keywords. Some of those keywords would be ones I found in Google Search Console. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So these are easy things I know I can do throughout the month. And then the amber things are things I would like to be doing. So providing AI optimized content briefs for every article. So my writer is quite knowledgeable on the topic. So when she writes, she's pretty much covered everything, but I will then go in with content AI. I think it was called, is it called content? Yeah, I'll go in with content AI, and I will further optimize it with my on-page SEO and do all of the magic things. But if I give her the optimized content brief, I've done this, but I've not been religious with it. So if I now do this with every article, using outranking, then I know that straight off the bat, she knows that she has to cover this keyword, this topic, include some of these things, and then I should get a more optimized post back, which means I have less to do. Basic listicle type articles. I am considering getting a new VA who does have experience with writing and WordPress. Well, not necessarily WordPress, but does have experience writing. Teach her. I've got all my outsourcing videos, my training videos are all there on ClickUp. So train her to do formatting and writing, and get her to handle those easy listicle, high search volume, low competition listicle articles. So there are a ton of them. If I can get her to do that, I'll be able to bring up that output, maintain a quality, and so on and so forth. But that is a whole job in itself, because that means training and conversing with somebody else, and that's not necessarily something I need to be doing right now. And planning my soft outreach strategy for my virtual assistants, using that plugin that I had made months ago that I've not spoken about because I'm not launching it anytime soon. I do need to get it into action and get feedback and get the data to say, this is what it does, this is what it's done for me, and then I can give it to you guys. So some of my SOPs, these are the same. I think all I've added was niche IQ. Yeah, so that's it for keyword research. Keyword clustering is an old video. Content outlines mentioned. Formatting, outsourced. Repurposing content, videos. Ezoic tools, tag tester, I mentioned that already. Humix is how Site 8 has been doing really well on Humix. I think a fifth of its earnings come from Humix, so videos. And that's just based on the placeholders that I've added. So I do need to add some more video placeholders to Site 2. I don't think it has any. I need to put one in the sidebar because that's been doing really well on Site 8. So that's a little tip for you. I think it was John Cole from Ezoic. He said, put a video placeholder in your sidebar, at the top of your sidebar for your desktop traffic. So nice little gem there from John. And that's it. Hopefully, again, I didn't lose my first 20 odd minutes of income report. That's it, guys. I hope you found this video useful. The main thing I think about these income reports is when I first got started, I watched Doug's channel religiously. I watched all of these income report videos, and I was massively inspired. And I remember just thinking, okay, that's going to be me in 12 months. That's going to be me, and that's really helped. So I wanted to do those for the same reason. For anybody who's slightly behind me, the ones that were slightly ahead of me helped me, and they still continue to help me. There's still people I follow on YouTube and on Twitter, and it's good for your mindset to remind you, be consistent, stay with it, stick with it, and just keep publishing content, keep learning as you go. So again, hope these income reports are useful to somebody. If you do find them useful, drop a comment in the description, subscribe, and I will be back with another one. Peace.